The term, Quran desecration, is defined as insulting the Quran, which Muslims believe to be the literal word of God, in its original Arabic form, by defiling or defacing copies. Intentionally insulting the Quran is regarded by Muslims as blasphemous. Wudu, or ritual washing, must be performed before a Muslim may touch the Quran. Muslims must always treat the printed book with reverence, which may even extend to excerpts of text. Disposal of worn copies is also of concern to Muslims because the Quran contains no specifics on how to dispose of a worn or defective text. Different and conflicting methods of disposal have been adopted in different regions by different sects. According to Islamic historian Michael Cook, the Quran should be wrapped in cloth and buried on holy ground where it is unlikely to be trampled on, or, safely, placed where it is unlikely to come into contact with impurity. According to Arab News, Muslims are forbidden to recycle, pulp, or shred worn-out copies of the text. Instead, burning or burying the worn-out copies in a respectful manner is required. Respect for the written text of the Quran is an important element of religious faith in Islam. Intentionally desecrating a copy of the Quran is punishable by imprisonment in some countries and could lead to death in Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, Somalia and Pakistan. Uthman ibn Affan, the third caliph of Islam after Muhammad, who is credited with overseeing the collection of the verses of the Quran, ordered the destruction of any other remaining text containing verses of the Quran after the Quran has been fully collected. This was done to ensure that the collected and authenticated Quranic copy that Uthman collected became the primary source for others to follow, thereby ensuring that Uthman's version of the Quran remained authentic. Although the Quran had mainly been propagated through oral transmission, it also had already been recorded in at least 3 codices. Most importantly, the Codex of Abdullah ibn Masud in Kufa, and the Codex of Ubay ibn Ka'b in Syria, sometime between 650 and 655. A committee appointed by Uthman is believed to have produced a singular version in 7 copies. And Uthman is said to have sent to every Muslim province 1 copy of what they had copied, and ordered any other Quranic materials, whether written in fragmentary manuscripts or whole copies, be burnt, following the printing of the 1924 Royal Edition. A large number of pre-1924 Qurans were destroyed by dumping them in the River Nile. In mid-2005, allegations of deliberate desecration of the Quran in front of Muslim prisoners at the United States military Guantanamo Bay detention camp, Cuba fueled widespread controversy and led to ensuing Muslim riots. A U.S. military investigation confirmed 4 instances of Quran desecration by U.S. personnel, and 15 instances of desecration by Muslim prisoners. According to CBC News, the statement did not provide any explanation about why the detainees might have abused their own holy books. In May 2005, a report in Newsweek, claiming that it was U.S. interrogators who desecrated the Quran at the Guantanamo Bay base, further sparking Muslim unrest in 2007. Nigerian Christian teacher Christiana Oluwatoyin Oluwasesin was stabbed to death after allegations that she had desecrated a Quran. In 2010, Christian pastor Terry Jones of the Dove World Outreach Center, a church in Gainesville, Florida, provoked international condemnation after announcing plans to burn a Quran on the anniversary of the Islamic terrorist September 11 attacks on the United States. He later cancelled the plans. However, on March 20, 2011, he oversaw the burning of a Quran. In response, Muslims in Afghanistan rioted and 12 people were killed. In the 2011 Louis Theroux documentary America's Most Hated Family in Crisis, Megan Phelps of the Westboro Baptist Church explained in an interview that they deliberately and publicly burned a copy of the Quran. On September 29, an Islamic mob estimated at 25,000 vandalized and torched Buddhist temples, shrines, and houses, along with Hindu temples, is incited by an alleged Facebook Buddhist posting of an image depicting the desecration of a Quran. The violence started in Ramu Upazila in Cox's Bazar district and later spread to other areas of Bangladesh. In February 2012, protests broke out in various parts of Afghanistan over the improper disposal of Qurans at the U.S. military Bagram Air Base. Protesters shouted, "Death to America," and burned U.S. flags. At least 30 people were killed and hundreds injured. Also, 6 U.S. soldiers were killed after members of the Afghan National Security Forces turned their weapons on them and the Afghan protesters. On March 19, 2015, Farkhunda Malikzada, a 27-year-old Afghan woman, was publicly beaten and slain by a mob of hundreds of people in Kabul. Farkhunda had previously been arguing with a mullah named Zanuddin in front of a mosque where she worked as a religious teacher.